Well, welcome back once again, Manna Church. Jeff Christensen here. Glad to have you with us for part 4 of Born of a Virgin for Morning Manna. This week, we're talking about Jesus' virgin birth from the Christmas story and why it matters. So far, we've discussed the fact that the virgin birth fulfilled prophecy. We've covered Jesus as both fully human and fully God, and we've looked at the fact that Jesus was born outside Adam's broken covenant. Now, today and tomorrow, we're going to put these pieces together to get a clearer understanding of what all of this means for us. So today, we're going to talk about Jesus' obedience on our behalf, or what's called in theology, representative obedience. We mentioned yesterday that Adam was the federal head or representative of humanity in a covenant with God. In that covenant, Adam was maintaining righteousness by obeying the command not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And Adam's failure to obey this covenant command resulted in not only him receiving consequences, but everyone that he represented in that covenant receiving the consequences for Adam's disobedience. All of humanity is fallen, enslaved to sin and willful rebellion against God. But Jesus, coming into humanity outside the broken covenant, as we said yesterday, became the federal head, the representative of God's people in a new covenant. See, in the old covenant with Adam, right standing with God was earned or maintained by obedience. Adam didn't obey, and now none of his descendants, those that he represented in that covenant, can obey either. But God the Son became human, and where Adam failed in disobedience, Jesus succeeds in obeying perfectly. Just as all those who Adam represented received the consequences of him breaking the covenant, so too all those who Jesus represents receive the consequences of him fulfilling the covenant. We were made sinners, unrighteous before God because of Adam's disobedience. And now we're made righteous, at peace with God because of Jesus' perfect obedience to the law. He completely obeyed the Spirit of God's law here on earth. Galatians 4, verses 4 and 5 say, "But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, so that we might receive adoption as sons." A crucial aspect of Jesus becoming human is that he willingly subjected himself to the law, placed himself under the law, made himself responsible to obey it. And he did this for us. He didn't need to do it for his own righteousness. He's God. He's entirely holy and sinless and perfect. No, he obeyed the law to represent us, so that instead of God looking at us as sinners because of Adam's sin, God instead looks at us as perfectly obedient because of Jesus' perfect obedience. He lived a righteous life so that we can be called righteous. Good to be with you today, Manna Church. Come back tomorrow for part 5 of Born of a Virgin for Morning Manna.